Yes, guys. So, welcome to this channel. It's the money routine. Yeah, it's all about money in the markets. Let's get started. So, the first thing I'm going to be showing you right now is where we are right now. Yeah, so we can see that if I get BTC divided by the US interest rates, you can see that overall right now Bitcoin is in this gap. You see, in this gap right here, it is in this gap, and right now it seems to be going up to retest this gap right here and either get support and then continue up. Yeah, but right now we are in this gap right here, and it's really some play. Me, I will be getting my moon back, getting more cash in this market when it drops a little bit to around this lower gap low. I call it the lower dark matter, because the gap is like the dark matter you want to feel. And the most interesting thing is that the Japanese call it the open window, close the window system. So here, this gap, you can say, is an open window, and then price action came and closed the window. Right now it's in the window, in the gap, simplest terms. So I get the gaps, other gaps, inside the gaps there's other gaps. Price action is so sweet. So we can see that right now we're having this gap inside here, and price has been moving into this sort of scenario, playing up and down into that gap. Right now it's trying to come back, and I think may be retesting that gap to find more excuses to move down or move up, the case may be. So I think it's going to come here. It hasn't really retested this lower gap to get a good bounce up. So for me, I think we are going to maybe get some bounce up, retest, and then we come to this lower gap right here, the low of the gap, I think so. Worst case scenario is, I don't think even there is a worst case scenario, but if we get really a worst case scenario, I'm seeing this first gap here we formed. The first gap here we formed, price went and then it came back into that gap, in that gap right there. In that gap, it was like it tried to go into the 50% zone, into that 50% fib zone, 50% of the gap right here in March 10th, and then went up crazy to fill up this gap right here. You see, this was a gap, we went below it, we came into the midpoint of the gap, they're trying to close it, we went up, closed this gap right here. We are now down, small retesting it like we did here, jump, retest, go up. I think here we're also trying to retest and then go up of it. Now this is the Bitcoin divided by the interest rate. This is what we call the 72 rule, but why 72? That doesn't make any sense. So I just get the asset divided by the interest rates, and I really know where we are. So you can see now where Bitcoin is in the open interest market. So let's go into the Bitcoin divided the money supply. So we see what's happening right there. So here is the weekly chart. of Bitcoin divided the money supply. So we see that the first bull market, Bitcoin went up, closed the gaps. In 2017, it was here. They are showing us it was the biggest money being put into BTC. And then we went into the bear market, found support. Where did we find support? In that gap where we went up, we found resistance in a gap right there. There's a gap right there. We went down into a bear market, went into COVID, tried to go below the support. We went up immediately. Money went up where? Into that gap. It went down. This is called the cat bounce. Went up, down here, and then went up again. Where else? So into that gap. Wow. Bitcoin went down into the bear market. Again, found support. Went up. Right now we are facing this sort of resistance. There's a sort of resistance right here. This, which was the previous support, turning into resistance. And then the next bull market will be up here. So this tool, this sort of Bitcoin divided by money supply, shows you a big picture of the Bitcoin system of bear markets and bull markets. Interested to know more about the cycles? I'll be making a PDF for you guys so that you don't get cheated. No, you don't miss out. Some people in the bull markets, they go out earlier and then with little profits. Others don't fail to get out thinking it's going to the moon and then never book anything, and others are on the sidelines, don't getting anything. What we call passive traders, active traders, and then the neutrals. So better these markets, you should be always neutral. Don't have sides. You just see where you are and where you are heading. So the next chart I'm going to be looking at is the CME gap right now, right there. So what's happening in the CME gap? So what we're seeing in the CME gap, let's go. So in the CME gap, CME chart gap, I like the chart itself. It's really a good one. It's a good chart to look at. So what's happening for BTC? So right here, right there. Now check this out. You see this gap right here? Let me use you see this gap right here? This was Friday close, Monday's open. So I got the gap, measured the difference in between. I got the midpoint. So where are we right now? In that midpoint. So we're facing resistance in the 27,500 zone. And here are the CME gap. And the chart is showing us that in the midpoint of the weekly opening gap, we see a big resistance. You see how many times? 1, 2, 3. Now today, if it fails to close above, it will be 4. So guys who are longing, be careful, guys. Be careful. I tell you, money, king. Cash is king. Always be cautious of your money. So right now I'm seeing that if we don't really get a candle close above this 27 here, and the SMA is showing us 27,406, but I just get it rounded off into 27,430 zone. Okay, so approximately it's 27,500 is the resistance right now. Mark it on your chart, on the Bitcoin chart of Binance, right? Obviously, because the CME chart, it should be showing you where you are, where you're heading, but don't trade it. Sometimes it is lagging. It is it is backward. Yeah, so don't use it to trade. Just see what is showing you, and you go into the Binance chart. So that's the CME gap showing us that it's having resistance on the daily, the midpoint. So where is the next step? So if we I'm waiting for a daily candle close above 27,500k, and if we fail, seeing us going down into the next, into this volume imbalance gap on the 25k, at the 25k, then the next gap which we haven't closed is that the 20 is that the 20 is that the 20 21k. Yeah, I think that will be the next support. So I think something big may come right here, and it pushes us from up here to down into this gap. You never know, things change. Right now we have the debt default on 1st June, so the US government has to get a solution in this coming week before 1st June. Yeah, so that's it on the daily. Let's go into a little bit deeper into today and to tomorrow and days to come. What's here? So you see into the 15-minute, yeah, Bitcoin went up, failed, went up, failed, again went up. Now right now it's failing. So I'm seeing a volume imbalance right here. Those trading right now, but I won't be trading right now. I'll wait for New York opening at 9. So we see a volume imbalance right here, and price is really going to come here on the 27,300 zone. 27,300 zone. Yeah, it's really coming there. Now if it gets support, where else is it going? So we see a gap, a previous week's new gap right here, this white triangle. So I think it's going to get support around that area, 27,300, and then bounces, wanting to close this gap right here at 27,900 zone. Yeah, so get cautious right there, get cautious. And then another things you have to look at is what's happening to the stock market, because over reliance on BTC may not give you the juice. So we see this S&P 500 went up, right now is facing a resistance, facing a good resistance on one of the previous week's openings. Yeah, so we shall see more about that later, what the S&P 500 will be getting for us. Yeah, we will see what it will be getting for us. So another things I want to be showing right now, it's we want to see we want to see some sort of things right now right there. So what's happening? So we see that the S&P 500 is going up. It took out the previous week's high, facing the volume imbalance right here. Yeah, it's facing that, and it's highly likelihood, if it goes through, it will be taking out this past 2 weeks Monday's high. Yeah, or highly possible, and then for catch a resistance on this level, on that level. Let me check it out, guys. Let me check it out. Yeah, it's pretty nice to be prepared. I'm seeing a new weekly open up here that has not been closed, and I think S&P 500 is looking to come to that and close it. So I'm even seeing relatively equal highs right here. So S&P is really flying, and I think it may be continuing to fire up. Yeah, because there are so many magnets pushing it up. These relatively equal lows, and I'm seeing a new week openings which has not been taken out yet. So be prepared for more upside from S&P 500, and then if S&P 500 is going up, obviously BTC is going up. Yeah, thank you for watching the video. Let me this is the Binance chart, and if S&P 500 continues going up, we shall see BTC also flying back to and even BTC has not yet taken out the previous the Monday's high, so you can catch up, or you can catch up that small move right there, and then if you're continuing up, it will be going for that previous week's high, okay, at the 28,500, and then looking to take out these relatively equal highs right here, right there. So see you in the next video. Yeah, and guys, subscribe, because this is it's my first time to be analyzing on YouTube like this, but more will be coming, daily analysis. Yeah, watch out for the next pump upside for BTC today or tomorrow on that 27,900 level. Yeah, watch it out. Yes guys, see you in the next video.